Most people get this wrong. The right daily dosage of magnesium, D3 and K2. Have you ever wondered why you still struggle with sleepless nights, leg cramps, or weakening bones even though you've been faithfully taking your supplements every day? It's such a familiar picture. You open the cabinet, reach for a capsule marked 500 milligrams magnesium or 2000 IU vitamin D3, swallow it, and feel reassured. But here's the hard truth. That number printed on the label doesn't mean your body is actually absorbing it. And worse, many people are unknowingly taking the wrong dose, turning what they thought was protection into a silent burden on their heart, bones, and sleep. Where's the mistake? We've been relying on outdated dosage charts that were never designed to help people over 60 stay strong and independent. That's why millions either take too little, never correcting their deficiency, or too much, quietly raising the risk of kidney stones, hardened arteries, or sudden fatigue. The scariest part is that it often feels invisible until the consequences become impossible to ignore. That's why today, we're unpacking what the latest science says about the right daily dosage of magnesium, D3 and K2. You'll discover the real numbers that help instead of harm, the timing secrets that boost absorption, and the dangerous combinations you must never make if you want to protect your bones, your heart, and your sleep. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, which one are you taking right now, magnesium, D3 or K2, and where are you watching from? Comment your province or state below. Your story might help someone else avoid these dangerous mistakes. Have you ever picked up a bottle that boldly says 500 milligrams of magnesium and felt reassured you were covered, only to still wake up in the middle of the night with leg cramps? The truth is, the number on the label often doesn't reflect how much magnesium your body actually absorbs. Most people think taking magnesium is simple. Just swallow a pill and you're done. But here's the paradox. Some forms of magnesium pass right through your system with little benefit, leaving you deficient even when you take it regularly. On the other hand, taking the wrong form or the wrong way can cause diarrhea, digestive upset, or even strain your kidneys. So what matters isn't the number printed on the bottle. It's how much your body can actually use. Take Mr. Min, 68, in Toronto. He took 500 milliliters of magnesium oxide every night for nearly a year. Yet his nighttime leg cramps still robbed him of sleep. When he switched to magnesium glycinate, divided into 2 doses morning and evening, within just 2 weeks, his sleep improved dramatically and the cramps nearly disappeared. This story is not rare. It shows that form and timing matter just as much as dosage. For older adults, the optimal daily dose of magnesium often falls between 500 to 800 milligrams, but it should be split into smaller amounts for better absorption and to avoid digestive upset. Glycinate or citrate forms are usually gentler on the stomach and far more absorbable than the cheaper oxide. But if you have kidney disease, never take high doses without medical supervision. Always consult your family doctor or pharmacist first. Magnesium is more than just a number on a label. It's a key that unlocks deeper sleep, fewer muscle cramps, calmer nerves, and steadier heart rhythm. But only when you choose the right form, at the right dose, in the right way, will your body truly benefit. And magnesium is just the first piece of the puzzle. Because even if you take magnesium correctly, without enough vitamin D3, especially during the long Canadian winter, your body can still fall into serious deficiency. So how much D3 is really enough? And is 600 IU truly enough to protect your health as you age? Let's uncover that next. If you're still watching and find this information helpful, type "Son" in the comments. It lets me know you're here with me, and it might remind someone else to check their vitamin D3 as well. For decades, we were told that just 600 IU of vitamin D a day was enough to prevent rickets, enough to avoid brittle bones. But the painful truth is that many seniors who follow that number still feel tired, catch colds easily, bushiku, and notice their bones growing weaker year after year. Could it be that the guidelines we've trusted for so long are simply too low for the lives we live today? Most people assume that if the government sets a daily recommended allowance, it must be the gold standard. But what if those numbers were only meant to prevent severe disease in children, not to keep a 70-year-old strong, steady on their feet, and safe from falls? What if 600 or even 800 IU isn't enough to support your immune system, your hormones, or the silent inflammation that quietly wears down your health? Think about winter in Canada. Weeks, even months, without real sunlight. Older skin produces much less vitamin D than younger skin. Add limited outdoor activity, and deficiency becomes almost unavoidable. That's why so many people, even when they do everything right, still face fatigue, weaker immunity, or low mood during the cold months. Those old numbers simply don't reflect the reality of aging today. New research shows that most older adults need between 2,000 and 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily to reach healthy blood levels. One major study confirmed that 4,000 IU per day is not only safe, but often necessary to bring vitamin D into the optimal range of 40 to 60 IU. So what does this mean in daily life? Take vitamin D3 with your largest meal because it's fat-soluble. Pair it with healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or eggs for maximum absorption. And if possible, ask your doctor to test your levels because what's printed on a bottle will never be as accurate as what your blood reveals. I remember a woman from a seniors gardening club who caught every cold each winter. She had been taking 800 IU daily, convinced it was enough. But a blood test showed she was still severely deficient. With her doctor's guidance, she increased to 3,000 IU daily. Within 2 months, she felt more energy, less aching, and she wasn't the one getting sick at every gathering anymore. Her story reminds us that enough to survive is not the same as enough to thrive. But here's the problem. If you take higher amounts of vitamin D without its natural partner, your body can absorb calcium in the wrong way, sending it to dangerous places. What happens if that calcium ends up in your arteries instead of your bones? That's where the next nutrient steps in, often overlooked. But the very key that decides whether your bones grow stronger or your arteries grow harder, grow. Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right, taking vitamin D regularly, drinking milk, even adding a calcium pill, only to hear warnings that calcium can actually clog your arteries? It feels unfair, doesn't it? You're trying to protect your bones, yet somehow you may be putting your heart at risk. Most people believe calcium always goes to the right place, into the bones and teeth. But in reality, without vitamin K2, much of that calcium can go astray, quietly building up in the arteries and hardening them like old pipes. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, but K2 is the guide that directs it to where it's truly needed. For seniors over 60, this is a serious risk. Artery calcification develops silently, without pain, but over time it raises blood pressure, reduces flexibility, and increases the danger of stroke and heart attack. This is the hidden threat many older adults never hear about while taking calcium or vitamin D supplements. The good news is science has found a solution. Studies show that 100-200 micrograms of vitamin K2 daily, especially in the MK7 form, can improve bone density and keep arteries flexible. One long-term study on postmenopausal women found that 180 micrograms of K2 per day over 3 years led to stronger bones and more supple blood vessels. So how can you apply this? Always check your supplement label. Most only contain vitamin K1, which supports blood clotting, not K2, which protects your bones and arteries. Choose a product that specifically includes K2, ideally MK7, and take it with your largest meal that contains healthy fats. And if you're on blood thinners, be sure to consult your doctor first. When magnesium, D3, and K2 work together, they form a perfect trio. Magnesium balances. D3 supports absorption, and K2 makes sure calcium goes home safely. But if taken the wrong way, these same supplements can cancel each other out. So which combinations are dangerous and must be avoided at all costs? That's exactly what we'll uncover next. You may believe that the more vitamins and minerals you take, the healthier you'll be. But what if some of the most common combinations, ones you might be swallowing every morning, are quietly canceling each other out, or worse, creating hidden risks for your body? One of the biggest mistakes seniors make is taking magnesium and calcium at the same time. Both minerals compete for absorption in the gut. When taken together in high doses, your body may absorb less of each, leaving your bones, muscles, and heart without the support they desperately need. Imagine two cars trying to squeeze through a narrow doorway. At once, they both get stuck. The solution is simple: separate them by a few hours, or use balanced formulas designed to reduce interference. Another dangerous habit is taking high-dose vitamin D without vitamin K2. Vitamin D increases calcium absorption, but without K2 to guide it, that calcium can end up in the arteries, kidneys, or joints. Over time, this creates stiffness, pain, and a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. It's like pouring cement into the wrong mold. Once it hardens, you can't easily fix it. And let's not forget about zinc or iron. Many seniors add these minerals to their daily routine, but when taken alongside magnesium, they all compete for the same transport channels. The result? None of them get absorbed properly, leaving you still deficient despite taking multiple pills. So, what's the safe way forward? Think of supplements as teammates, not rivals. Take magnesium in divided doses morning and evening, away from calcium or iron. Pair vitamin D with K2 ideally during your largest meal that contains healthy fats, so they can work synergistically. And always check your labels. Sometimes all-in-one pills overload you with competing minerals that do more harm than good. I once spoke to a woman in her 70s who had been taking calcium, magnesium, and zinc all together at breakfast for years, yet her bone scans kept showing decline. When she learned to separate them, magnesium in the evening, calcium after lunch, zinc on alternate days, her results improved within months. Her story shows that timing and pairing matter just as much as the nutrients themselves. But here's the real shocker: even if you get the timing and combinations right, how do you know if your body is responding well or if you're quietly overdoing it? The answer lies in recognizing the subtle signs your body gives when dosages are right or dangerously wrong. That's what we'll uncover in the next section. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, drop the number 1 in the comments. Those small numbers are what keep us connected, building a stronger, healthier community after 60. Many people assume supplements are harmless, but your body always sends signals. The problem is, we often ignore them or mistake them as just aging. Let's look at some familiar signs you should never overlook. With magnesium, the right dose often brings better sleep, fewer nighttime leg cramps, calmer nerves, and more regular digestion. But if you're taking too much, especially if you have kidney issues, you may notice ongoing diarrhea, unusual fatigue, or even sudden drops in blood pressure. With vitamin D3, when the dose is right, you'll usually feel more energy, improved mood, and fewer colds. But overdoing it, especially without enough K2, can lead to nausea, poor appetite, kidney stones, or aches caused by calcium settling in the wrong places. K2 works more quietly. You won't notice an immediate change, but over time it helps keep your arteries flexible and your bones strong. Still, some people are sensitive, and when they take more than 200 micrograms a day, they may feel heart palpitations or restlessness. These are signals to lower your dose or consult your doctor. The truth is, this supplementation isn't about more is better. It's about the right dose, the right form, at the right time. And the safest way to know is to have your blood levels checked regularly, especially if you've been supplementing long-term or are on medications. Your body always speaks before a problem turns serious. The real question is, are you listening? Now that you know the signs, how do you combine them into a safe, sustainable supplement routine for the years ahead? That's exactly what we'll uncover in the next section. Once you understand the right dosages and learn to recognize your body's signals, the next important step is turning that knowledge into a steady, long-term habit. Because supplementation isn't just about swallowing a pill, it's about creating a system that fits naturally into your daily life. The first key is consistency. Taking magnesium in the evening helps your body relax and sleep more deeply, while vitamin D3 and K2 should be taken with your largest meal that contains healthy fats for maximum absorption. When repeated at the right times, your body builds a kind of biological memory, making supplementation more natural and effective. The second key is balance. Many people make the mistake of focusing too much on one nutrient while ignoring the others. Magnesium. D3 and K2 only reach their full potential when they work together. Magnesium supports metabolism. D3 helps with absorption, and K2 guides calcium to the right places. Miss one link and the whole system stumbles. The third key is listening. There's no single formula that works for everyone. Each body, diet, and health condition is unique. Some people thrive on 2,000 IU of D3 daily, while others may need up to 5,000. Some handle magnesium glycinate well, while others experience digestive upset unless they split the dose. Regular testing and conversations with your doctor are essential to staying safe. Finally, remember that supplements are not about fighting age, but about fully enjoying it. With the right routine, you'll notice deeper sleep, calmer moods, stronger bones, and a steadier heart. These are not just numbers on a bottle. They're real improvements in quality of life, the ability to move freely, remain independent, and cherish every moment with children, grandchildren, and friends. And the journey doesn't end here. Because even after you've optimized your supplement routine, there's still one more piece: how to close the health circle, turning knowledge into action and action into a lasting lifestyle. That's exactly what we'll open up together in the conclusion. We've just walked together through an important journey from understanding the right dosages of magnesium, vitamin D3 and K2 to how they work together, to the signals your body gives when something is off, and finally to building a safe, sustainable supplement routine. These aren't just numbers on a bottle, they're keys to deeper sleep, stronger legs, a healthier heart, and a life of independence and fulfillment. Imagine waking up each morning without the fear of cramps, going through winter without constant fatigue or colds, and walking steadily, confident in every step, so you can enjoy each moment with your children and grandchildren. That is the reward for caring for your body in the right way, starting from those small daily supplements. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. This simple action helps us share this knowledge with countless other seniors people who may also be struggling with sleep, with their bones, or with their heart. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you out of magnesium. D3 and K2, which one do you feel you might be lacking the most? Share your answer in the comments because sometimes your insight could be the very wake-up call someone else needs. Remember, health isn't a destination, it's a journey. And that journey begins with the choices you make today.